The whole basis of this video is how far can you go? So one of the reasons why I have picked this topic out is because I was going over things that would help me grow. And one of those things was starving my fears and feeding my faith. I wrote down like a couple of things that would help me to focus on my overall growth every day. And while I'm traveling, I want to document how I'm growing and what I'm doing to grow. I'm only doing this in order for you to benefit from and you to grow from. One of the fears that impacts me the most is the fear of what other people may think or say. And I feel like I dealt with this for a long time. And now that I've gotten older, I haven't really feared too much about what people say. Like, I forget what people's viewpoints on you are or what their perspective is. Everybody's gonna have something to say about you regardless. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Like, everybody's gonna say something about anything that you're doing, and that's gonna be a thing in your life forever. That's just not gonna go away. So I learned, thinking about that in that perspective, it makes me not want to go around pleasing people, because it's just not gonna happen. Everybody's gonna say something about anything you do. So what is the point of impressing other people that you don't even know or that you don't even care about? So I had this run through my head so that I would get over that perspective. I would get over the fear of what other people may think or say about me and what I'm doing exactly. And I'm combating that by feeding faith and starving fears. I will not fear anything. I will feed my faith, and that will lead me to success. Another point I wrote down was assuming that I will grow automatically. And this is something that I guess I dealt with in the past from being in sports and just training and all of that stuff. I'll just assume that I'll get better and better and better. But as I got out of that into the real world, all I'm doing is working, doing extra things like YouTube, content, all of that other stuff. But that doesn't guarantee that I'm gonna make improvements. I have to want the improvements. So I have to go out my way and make time to grow every single day. So I put together a plan that would help me grow every single day. Another thing that I dealt with is the expectation gap, and thinking that I would get to places easier than I expected. Like, I would do something, I would start something, and I would think that like, I'll progress fast, I'll get to success fast. You have to come at it from a different mindset. Nothing's gonna come easy. I remember reading in a book that everything worthwhile is uphill. Everything worthwhile is an uphill battle. And knowing that things are you're going to cherish so much more things. You're going to cherish the journey when it takes a little bit longer to get to the point that you want to reach in success. These are the things that I came up with to combat each of those things that I told you I feared, I assumed, all of that stuff. Plan for growth 5 days a week, whether it be in the morning, for an hour in the morning or an hour at night. Plan for growth, period. Those will help you. That will help propel you to the next level, where it be finding your purpose or finding out what you really want to succeed in. But plan for growth every single day. You'd be amazed how many people don't go out their way to grow every day. To combat my comparison gap, which this is the point that I forgot to tell you about, where it was comparing myself to others. And this is something I've had an issue with, and I feel like the root of it is social media. So I gave myself an hour on social media, whether it be Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, any of those platforms. I gave myself an hour on each platform. The expectation gap. And this is the last point that I was telling you about, as far as I thought I would get to a point sooner than I expected. Well, the way that I combat this thinking is to think how far I can go, instead of like, when will I get there? If I think how far I can go, it sets me up for success, and it doesn't put a timeline to something that I'm doing and something that I'm going after. You don't want to really put a timeline on something that you're working towards. You want to cherish the journey, take it step by step, keep moving forward, because those things will help you, and you won't have this time frame stuck in your mindset to where I have to do this at this point, I have to do this at that point. Think how far I can go instead of when will I get there. Oh, leaving my Airbnb today. Sad day, I guess. Leaving everything, got everything cleaned up. Yeah, so we're off to Crete, and I'll be following up when I get there.